Hello, friends and clients of JLW Immigration Law Group. I am Jennifer Walker Gates, immigration attorney. I am here today on November 1st, 2023, to talk to you about naturalization for the purposes of voting in the 2024 presidential election. This is a really big deal. This is going to be a really big election for the United States and for the whole world. Our votes in the U.S. impact pretty much every country on the globe. So it is actually an important right and power that we hold as citizens. And if you are a lawful permanent resident who wants to become a citizen and participate in our political system to try to make it better, you need to listen to this information. Before I jump in today, I want to ask everyone watching to please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, share the video, and leave us a comment or a like. We do respond to questions in the comment section. So if you have any questions or want to follow up at all, don't hesitate to reach out and I will answer as soon as I can. Now, to talk about voting, let's talk about it. And let's talk about naturalization in particular. Right now, in November of 2023, the processing times for an N-400 application are generally around 6 to 12 months, depending on where you are in the United States and how fast your field office is moving cases. In Texas, specifically in San Antonio, for instance, processing times are about 8.5 months for an N-400 application. And it is going to be, if you are in that normal processing time and you file your N-400 right now, and that just goes through normal processing, by the time you get approved and naturalized, it will already have passed April 4th, which is the new deadline in Texas for voter registration for the 2024 election. The primary voter registration deadline is March 5th, but if you want to vote in the general election, the deadline to get registered to vote is April 5th. They have moved it way back in Texas as part of their efforts to keep people from being eligible to vote. This is another one of their tactics. Last election, the voter registration deadline was about 30 days before the election itself. That's traditionally how it's always been. You had up until about a month before the election to register. Now it's several months before, 6 months, 7 months, something like that, before the election that you have to get registered to vote. So let's get ready. We need to fight fire with fire. And if you want to vote in next year's election, but you are just barely eligible time-wise with your residency, you can still file and request that your appointment be expedited. Now, I cannot guarantee that that would work. It might not. However, in my experience with this kind of situation, it is sometimes possible to get an interview faster than you might otherwise if there is an election coming up and you want to vote. So I am letting my clients know that it is a good time to apply for naturalization. Even if you think you're really getting close to the deadline, even if you don't think you won't make it, you might. For those residents that have been a resident already for either 4 years and 9 months, who speak English and who meet the other requirements for naturalization. If you've been it for 4 years and 9 months based on any kind of application other than marriage to a U.S. citizen, then you can go ahead and apply. If you are married to a U.S. citizen and a resident for 2 years and 9 months, then you're eligible to apply. So that is the basics that I wanted to share with y'all today here in early November in 2023. It might not be too late if you still want to vote in next year's election, depending on what state you're in, when their voter registration deadline happens, and how much time you have as a resident. You might be able to, what I would recommend is for all of these applications that are going to get filed right now, file them online. Things go faster online. And then gently but insistently request that your appointment be moved up so that you can participate in next year's election. It just might work. No guarantees, of course, but worth a try. And certainly if you don't make the deadline for next year's elections, you will then be naturalized and registered to vote in local elections, which are the elections where really have the most impact on your daily life. Who is choosing curricula for your kids' schools? Who is funding your neighborhood parks? who's making decisions about your local utility bill and how much that's going to cost, who's making decisions about how much you're going to pay on property taxes. Those kinds of things that really hit us in the pocketbook, they come from local elections. And so being involved in those is also an enormous privilege that we have as citizens of the United States, and very, very important for us to do to make our communities better and stronger. Our current president, Joe Biden, began his political career as a member of the city council in his little town in Delaware. So this is where a lot of political careers get started. You can also run for political office once you become a naturalized U.S. citizen, and those kinds of elected offices have also an enormous impact on our communities. And so we definitely want to encourage our clients at JLW Immigration Law Group to get naturalized, get informed, get involved, participate in our political process, and start helping us make our country work better for everyone. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, immigrants. Happy Day of the Dead. I have my Dia de los Muertos earrings on. I love them so much. That is, the Dia de los Muertos is one of the reasons that I became an immigration attorney. I fell in love so much with Mexican culture and the way that they honor their loved ones who have already left this plane of existence, the way that they honor and remember them annually and celebrate their lives. It's so beautiful, and so grateful for the immigrants who have introduced many of those traditions in the United States as well and shared them with us. So thank you so much. Happy Day of the Dead. Be safe, everyone. With my puppy. Y'all have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. Leave me a comment, share the video, and subscribe to our channel. Talk to you soon.